If you have one that has the warp in it,
Okay.
this,
that's
then
Every time I tried to clamp it, it just
it bows out on
Yeah,
you.
I
So, this method also works if you have a really wide set of veneers, like you're doing his, his dining room table, and you got a whole bunch of veneers. You don't need to
Okay.
have a block in the one back here and trying to clamp one veneer down here. You block it off this way, and you can come in and do it. You actually think this is gonna work.
For a piece that long, you only wedge it in the middle, huh? Or only if it's sprung.
Okay. So, this is good from here to here, and it's good from here to here. It has a opening right here. So. I
And
can
that's
try
because when
crank-
you tap, the wood moves? Is that how you know it's?
Yeah. And so I'm gonna put another one here just for Mr. Mike.
Are all of your wedges about that slope?
No,
Because
Not
I
good.
have, mine are not that shallow. They work okay, but I just noticed that yours work pretty good
they're,
on small
they're better,
slots.
they're better if they're kinda shallow because you can get more leverage with them. They're easier to tighten up. So I'm putting my finger on here because
What's the pop?
it's loose there, okay? So I'm still loose here.
Brian, when you say loose, do you mean that
Too
the
tight,
two
right.
joints aren't together, or
Right.
that?
Yeah, can you see this thing bouncing up and down? It's not
Yeah.
bouncing anywhere else.
It's too tight right
See,
there.
this is not bouncing over on the joint. Anywhere, it starts right here
It's all the way.
and right
But
to
it's
the end.
not bouncing because it's warped?
No, it's bouncing because this joint,
It's not
if this
tight.
thing was tight, this would bounce,
Just use
just
the
like
other
down here.
move
See this
to
end
pull
down
it
here?
up.
Yeah.
That's bouncing, but the joint is not. The joint's staying stationary,
Okay.
okay? Just the joint is bouncing here. Okay, so now I know
Now
that.
your shooting board's all clamped down.
So I'm gonna move this over to here, and I'm gonna clamp it up again. And yes, something this long, I could use one if I've got it done right. And look at that, it's open in the exact same spot. It's on this one.
Oh, so if you move it, it doesn't do that, it means it's on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. That's important. I never thought about that.
At least that's a concept.
That makes sense, for once.
So I'm gonna use this new shooting board here. And I gotta use the same plane, unfortunately.
Why can't you use something like this when you have something long without building a whole new shooting board as a shooting board?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Question is
Yes,
this
it's a
flat?
Yes.
And then is that flat?
Yeah, but why
Does
would
the
that have to be
table have
flat?
to be flat?
Because you're moving this way here.
Could be
Oh,
rotated
you mean
that
this way? Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So it was tight on the end, right?
Did you
Yep,
turn
right
that
here.
veneer over?
Nope, didn't need to because it's the same way direction I was planing. I didn't flip it. Okay, so this guy is going to, it's tight right on this end. And it's tight from the center down. Tight from the center down. It's tight at this end. So now,
Like a full run.
it's a little longer, and then it's one full.
And it was clear.
So did that make sense?
Yeah, and there was no,
So this
gap.
was this was open here, from here to here. Actually, from here to here. So I took a shot off of here and a shot from here to there. Then I took another quick one because it was a really light cut. And I took one from here, which is this much further along the dip, all the way out. And from here to about here. And then one full one.
Now you got a straight edge. How are you gonna get your little spring in there? You didn't put a spring in there.
Do you think that happened because of that sapwood there and it cut more, or?
Nope. It was just probably driver error from the first planing of these things.
better.
Oh, damn, it's hard to be humble.
So I can do what you're doing.
Good thing you're not.
You're kidding, isn't it? Okay, so now he has a perfect joint with one clamp. If you want to get anal about it, you could come in and put another clamp here. Of course, you gotta get them thick enough. A little far away. By the way, if you have this thing set up and you're in a panic, you can always, there's nothing wrong with using 3. Unfortunately. So, if you want to come along, you can bounce the thing and see.
Does it have the spring in the
It
middle?
does, it has a little bit of spring still left in
Even
it.
though you shot the last one straight through, it's spring on the other one?
There's probably some spring left on the other one. There was probably a little hollow in the other one.
Got it.
I don't care which side it's
So you got
on.
it.
And that's the thing, is you don't care where it's at. You just would like to have a little bit of spring in there. So if this didn't have any spring, I couldn't have put this together with one,
Good point.
okay? It would have required one at each end and all the way along to get that pressure dispersed. You wanna glue this down or you wanna leave it?
No, it's good. I'm gonna try it again at home. I have a couple more pieces, so
Okay, so
I'm gonna try it again at home.
you have glue?
Well, I have the one,
One what?
the tight bond one.
Original.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think that's what I wrote in my notes.
Is that what you wrote in your notes?
That's what I wrote, and I'm not even sure sometimes.
Okay.
Oh, I got
I'm
this
gonna
cool
put
little.
It's a white glue.
Brian, I have a question on.
What I wanna do is I wanna borrow a pencil.
I've tried putting wax to keep glue from adhering, and it doesn't seem to work. Is that?
Oh, yeah? Well, let me take, it's a kit, right? Okay, so what I just did was I just identified where the center line of the joint is going to be. Assuming I put everything back in the same bloody location. Thanks, Ken, your keeper of the plant. And we'll just slide this thing over, take this guy up.
Do I wanna load up my new little recorder here?
I don't know, do you?
You did not have to.
What are you doing?
I'll put it in a jar back there.
What are you gonna do with that thing?
Thank you.
Okay, so this is gonna go from pencil line here. Ooh, I love that sound. To my pencil line there. And this is not gonna keep, this is gonna keep the glue from sticking to the table.
My question was, why doesn't wax work?
I've been here the whole time.
Why doesn't it work, or why doesn't?
Why doesn't it work?
So, do you remember when we had the finishing class, talking about finishes?
Yeah,
And we said, what is a protective finish and what isn't a protective finish? And what was the bottom line as far as protective
waxes.
finishes?
Wax.
Waxes, because
water goes through it.
water goes through it. What's glue made out of?
Okay.
So, I don't know why it doesn't stick.
You should ask an engineer.
Should ask an engineer, actually, engineer or chemist?
Chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer, there you go. Okay, so are you doing this or am I doing this?
No, I prefer you do it. I'll do it. Well, I wanna see it done right the first time. You don't know how long that took me, well, I spent hours on this. My wife says, "What are you doing on it?"
Okay, so spending hours on this is not something new.
Excuse me.
I think when I did my first ones, I spent days on the joints. Okay, it's a matter of, you get used to it after a while. Now, it's really fun doing these long ones. The longest I ever did was 8 foot. No, 12. Was yours 12? Yeah, 12. Pardon me.
Oh, this is that.
How'd you get the glue on before it dried at the other end?
And this is a whole lot easier than it looks.
I think you said that.
Yeah, about that. Says about everything.
ring finger.
Okay, so you put your finger right up at the top. I tried doing it so I don't get glue on my finger, and it doesn't work nearly as well.
I'll just put a bunch of wax on your finger.
And there's the total amount of glue I get on there. Now remember, because this is not mine, I don't care, but you would want to get this together as soon as possible, which means you put it down here, not lined up, and squeegee it back and forth. You'll notice that there is no glue in the center there. It's not oozing up like on the ends. Perfect use of a Lee Nielsen. Now watch the middle here. And, ooh, look at that. Dude, so what I want to do is I want to come along and I want to make sure that these two guys, because they are warpy, didn't do this. Where you have one pop up above, which means when you turn over you got a void underneath and create all sorts of havoc. That happened, I'm done. Now, you see I got glue squeezed out everywhere. Should I put one here, just for chuckles?
If you get a misalignment,
Didn't do anything.
will it push back down? Or
Yes.
do you have to do something special?
No, if you do, I could put another one there. All the pressure, all my stuff is coming from right here. That's where I'm getting all my stuff. These guys are so totally superfluous.
Superfluous.
50-cent word.
Superfluous, okay. Oh, Lee Nielsen needs a help. I let the glue stand. If you Norm Abrams it and you wipe it off with a wet rag, are you weakening the joint because the water's going in? Are you taking the glue and you smearing it down inside these gigantic pores that are in walnut? All that stuff. Leave it alone. Come back later.
Walk away from the project.
Walk away from the project. Okay. So that's it. That's all you need.
Question.
Yes.
You said that sometimes one will come above the other.
Yeah.
And was just pressing it down like you did, is that what ensured
was
that
just-
that wasn't happening?
I was just
How do you make
testing
sure?
it first. I was just
So you'd
running
feel
my
it,
finger.
okay. You'd
And
feel it off.
because you guys ran this, I'm guessing I didn't hear. You ran this through a Formax, I assume.
I don't know what Formax is.
A belt sander?
Yeah,
drum sander?
yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Because the reason I said that is because these are way too uniform. I mean, there's no variation on these suckers at all. So
Yeah.
if you do happen to have one that pops up above, you can come along and pop it down. You have to be very careful about doing that because what happens when you hit something with a hammer?
Dent it.
Rebounds.
Compresses it.
Oh.
Oh, you're
If
talking
it's
about doing
loose,
that.
yeah, it'll rebound it and make it worse.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't have been loose to start with, so. But you can come along and you can tap it down. And first year students, when they're first doing veneer work and they're doing up things, all you hear all day is, it's like, stop that. Because also remember, when you're adjusting your plane, how do you adjust your plane? How do you make it back out? You tap it. So by tapping it, you also could be loosening your wedges. So you come back, if you do tap it, you come back and you just tap it back down again. See, Josh, that was easy, wasn't it? Yeah.